damp day. Nice though. Announcing videos, like what you're supposed to say sometimes, you know? Anything, it doesn't matter, like, I'm going to make a video about, the topic today is going to be about, turn the camera on and just talk. Felt like shit this morning, wasn't even going to go for a fucking ride, and here I am again, doing some hills, because hills are fun. You stay in one place, you up and down, you know, pick your hill. I mean, it depends, like, if you really wanted to, if you were going to stay at somewhere the whole day, like, you could hike, and there was nowhere, like, around to refill your bottles or something, maybe you could do a recce the couple of days or night before, stash some water and food. I have done that before. See, there's loads of, like, walls and places and stuff, you know, you can hide stuff and that. But yeah, where I am today, Cheddar, you know, at the bottom of Cheddar Gorge, there's a shit ton of places you can get, you know, fill up your bottles, whatever you want to drink, coffee, OJ, you know, Pepsi, Coke, whatever. You can get some food, whatever. There's places around. There's garage and stuff. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of channels I've been watching who've you know, offer advice. Everyone's got, like, you know, everyone's got some quality to offer. Not necessarily all quality. Same with me, you know. Don't know it all. Just offering what I'm doing, showing what I'm doing. Mix it up. Might change my mind next week and do something else, you know. That's what it's all about. But I was going to share about water bottles. Well, I'm rocking the old Elites. They're good. Elite custom race skins. You know, you don't want your bottles flying out. I've used those, like, cheapy. Well, I say cheap, like, you get stuff from China, you know, you don't pay much for it. It is cheap, isn't it? But it doesn't necessarily mean it's shit quality. Like some of the carbon stuff, like I showed my handlebars before, they're good. The bottle cages are good, but as far as, like, clamping a bottle in, you know, you don't want your bottle rattling around. If it's not going to, you know, it may not come out, but you don't want your bottle flapping around. I don't like, you know, stuff loose on the bike. It really pisses me off. Like, the only thing on this bike which flaps around, really, like, you know, integrated handlebars and stuff are alright. But when you put your cables in, alright, you really got to make sure that they're, you know, they're kind of covered up. There's something around them. Like on this particular bike and on one of my other bikes, I'm running the no-cons, alright? I'm running no-cons, no-cons on the brakes, but not on the gears, right? The reason for that was every time when I've had no-cons on the gears as well in the past, they do kind of get, you know, like corrosion in between each. See all these on here? All these. You can see all these are like individual, they're like beads basically. Imagine beads on a necklace. And unless you, like, lube them often with a bit of oil or something and that, they just creak like crazy. Obviously when you know, a gear cable is under load, isn't it, most of the time, you know? So therefore the cable's going to creak, and that's my experience anyway. Brake cables aren't as bad, because you brake, you let go, and there's some slack there, if that makes sense. So I'm using into my handlebars for the ends of the gears and the ends of the brakes. We're using, like, the no-con inners, and I've got I've modified some other caps on the end, some Goodrich. They're good. The Goodrich are good, but you got to watch out if they're on here. They're on there. Here, sorry. That's why I've got those big things, because where you turn your handlebars, you know, they can crack because they're very thin. So it's stuff to watch for. My whole, you know, this bike in particular anyway, you know, it serves a purpose. My old Giant, alright. God, there was one other thing. Water bottles and... yeah, I mean, there's been times before, right, when I'm out riding, like, especially towards the end of a ride when you're getting tired, you start doing the stupidest of things. You might finally get, like, a bit clicky on the bike. Oh, that car came too close and all this sort of shit when really they are miles away. Because you're tired, you're undercarbed, you know, you've been working. That's what I do, man. Like, I go out, I tire myself out on the bike, then I go and rest. That's what I do all the time, you know. Go out, ride, eat, you know, eat sheep, repeat all that shit, repeat all that stuff, you know. That's what I do. If you go out and ride, you've got to rest. You've got to rest, you've got to recover, ready for the next day or the next time you're going out riding, you know. So yeah, I mean, what was I saying? Handlebars. Yeah, handlebars. Be like careful, right, when you're riding. And this goes for like people that have been riding for ages as well, you know, because like I've said, I've done it, and you got to remember things like this because it's downright dangerous, man. Like, don't get lazy. Watch your hands as they start to come around the hill, right? Keep them up on here. Like, don't death grip the handlebars. You don't want to hold them tight, but just be aware when your hands are starting to kind of, you know, because they can, whoosh, you know, they can slip off. Same with like on the tops, you know, and the drops. It can happen, you know. Just be aware of where your hands are on the handlebars. All right. I mean, gloves do help. I'm a no glove person at the moment. It's not that cold yet, but I've got them in my back pocket. Look, I've got a pump. You can see around there. Don't know, pump and mitts in my back pocket today. And this, which you might have seen before, little feed bag with a few bits and pieces in. I try to minimise like what I carry on me. I've ordered a frame pump, which I'll show you when I get. I've never actually used a frame pump before. I just thought, you know, get a frame pump on the bike and it's something less you're carrying in your pocket, you know. I don't like it, all this stuff. I got my phone and, you know, oh, well, obviously I'm using my phone now, but I put my phone in my back pocket. That's not too bad, even though it's in a case and it kind of chunks it out a bit. The phone I don't really mind as much. But as far as loading your jersey pockets up full of stuff, I mean, you don't really need to now. You know, Alp Kit, Matt Workshop, he's going to sort me out for a bag soon. There's tons of, like, different variations of bags and ways you can carry stuff on the bike now. You know, you don't need to load up your jersey pockets like fucking Santa Claus, you know. Gonna do another climb, not repeats, just flapping around in the creepy hills. Bit of fog rolls in now and again. It hasn't drizzled for a while, but when you're climbing, it's all right. Just watch it going down, you know. You can get tired, so you don't want to be blasting the descents. Get down. You know, the slower you go, the warmer you're going to be as well. Obviously, you've got that bit of windshield thing going on there, but it's all fun. I've got Castelli, really lightweight, a gilet in the back of my bibs as well. I might use it on the way home, we'll see. It depends what time I go home. Like, it's coming up to 3 PM now, so I don't know if I decide to stay. You know, I just go with the flow, man. I just go with the flow. If I decide to stay up here a bit longer, I might want to put it on the way home because the temps can drop, you know. Just out enjoying myself, you know. Single life for me, you know. Unless someone comes along, no responsibilities, man. Like, I don't know how people can handle it. I'm a free bird. I can do what I want when I want. I've always been like that, you know. I've always liked doing my own thing. Not a loner, just enjoy my own company. Can handle being alone, no bother. Just fun, you know. Like, I don't know how people can give up their life to, you know, a lot of people realise, don't they, after a few years, or even 10 or 20 years, that, shit, you know, I've had enough of this. I mean, it just, people are all sorts of, in all sorts of experiences and, like, timescales in their life, how long they've been with someone, and it can kind of be more painful when you're split up from them or not, you know. Yeah, I mean, it's a strange one, isn't it? You can kind of overthink stuff. I don't like to really overthink stuff. I think about a lot of stuff, but I try not to overthink stuff, you know. I try to concentrate on my grass, but sometimes you can't help but look at other people's grass and it seems greener, you know. But then, you know, I'm soon to snap out of that and think, like, that's not healthy for me. It's not positive for me. And it might even come across in some videos or sometimes on some of the things I say. But, you know, that's life. Swish, swash, whatever. Say it's not good or bad. I mean, it happens. Ups and downs. Certainly ups and downs today. I'm really enjoying, actually. Get some easy gears on the bike and go up and go down and go up and go down and go up and go down. It's fun. Yeah, that's what I want to say today, really. It's nice when the cars go off and you've got that peace and quiet. And then in the darkness of the night, it's even a different experience. Imagine what it was like, man, 300 or 400 years ago. Try to imagine. Don't believe all that textbook bollocks. It's all twisted, man. It's all twisted. It's not real. It's all made up. See you later.